The United States and China are two of the world's most powerful nations, and their relationship has been the subject of much discussion in recent years. As tensions between the two nations have escalated, concerns have been raised about the potential for a nuclear conflict between them. Furthermore, the history of the Cold War between the US and the Soviet Union provides important lessons on how to avoid a devastating nuclear conflict. Today, the world faces a new set of challenges as tensions between the United States and China continue to rise. As both nations invest heavily in their military capabilities, including their nuclear arsenals, concerns have been raised about the potential for a nuclear conflict between them. It is essential to note that the situation today is different from that of the Cold War. While the US and China are competing for global influence, they are also engaged in extensive economic cooperation, and the two nations have interdependent economies. Furthermore, the US and China are part of a global community that is interconnected in ways that were not possible during the Cold War. The potential for a nuclear conflict between the United States and China is a concern, and the history of the Cold War provides important lessons on how to avoid such a conflict. While the situation today is different from that of the Cold War, reducing nuclear stockpiles and promoting diplomatic solutions to conflicts are essential steps towards reducing tensions and creating a safer and more secure world for all nations and people. The use of nuclear weapons in any context would have catastrophic consequences, including devastating effects on the environment, global economies, and human life. It is essential for world leaders to prioritize diplomacy and seek out peaceful solutions to conflicts, rather than relying on military force or threats of nuclear attack. As such, it is crucial for world leaders and global organizations to promote and prioritize dialogue, cooperation, and diplomatic solutions to potential conflicts between nations. While disagreements and tensions may arise, it is essential to maintain an open and constructive dialogue to work towards peaceful resolutions that benefit all parties involved. A nuclear conflict between the United States and China would have catastrophic consequences for the environment, potentially making climate change worse. The use of nuclear weapons would result in massive explosions, which would release radioactive particles into the air and water, leading to the destruction of ecosystems and the extinction of several species of plants and animals. In addition, the aftermath of a nuclear conflict could lead to a nuclear winter, a phenomenon where soot and dust from the explosion blocks out sunlight, leading to a decrease in global temperatures. This would result in a significant impact on agriculture, leading to food shortages and famine. The effects of a nuclear winter could last for years, even decades, and could be far-reaching and devastating. While the idea of a nuclear conflict may seem like a far-fetched scenario, tensions between the United States and China have been escalating in recent years. The two nations have been locked in a trade war, and both countries have been investing heavily in their military capabilities, including their nuclear arsenals. The United States has accused China of stealing its technology, while China has accused the United States of meddling in its domestic affairs. As we look towards the future, it is clear that the threat of a nuclear conflict between the United States and China cannot be ignored. The consequences of such a conflict would be catastrophic, not just for the two nations involved but for the entire planet. It is essential that we work towards reducing tensions between the two nations. Thank you for watching.